Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a review on the new Too Faced, what is it? Tutti Frutti Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. Wow, that's a mouthful. So if you want to see how this product works, then just keep watching. Okay, so this background hopefully won't stay like this. I just moved. That's why I missed videos last week, and lately they've only been one video a week because we've been moving over the process of like 3 or 4 weeks, which is so annoying. But anyways, we have moved now. I still not fully unpacked, so this background will probably change. One thing I like is I have so much space in this room that it blurs out my background more so that you guys can actually focus on what I'm doing. That's one thing I hated before, is I just felt like you couldn't focus because you focused on everything. So this isn't gonna stay, but it probably will stay the blur. Anyways, let's just get into this. So I bought this foundation online because I think it was available online before it would be available in stores. I wonder if it's even in stores yet then. I'm sure it probably is by now. But anyway, so I wanted to try this because it's full coverage but dewy. And I feel like most foundations, when they make things for dry skin, it's normally never full coverage, and I can't stand it. And I get why, it's because it's easier for it to look cakey, but I want full coverage. I have redness, I have discoloration, like I want full coverage. So that's why I wanted to try this. So like I said before, it's Too Faced Tutti Frutti Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. Jeez. It says it's infused with juicy watermelon and fresh cucumber. Looking at Ulta's website, it's $36, and it actually comes with 1.35 fluid ounce, and it's supposed to be long. I'm just going to read the box to you. It's supposed to be long wearing, dewy finish, hydrating, and brightening. Hydrate and brighten your complexion with this long wearing watermelon, cucumber, and vitamin C infused gel cream foundation that covers every flaw while creating a dewy, fresh, and luminous glow. Do You smooths, moisturizes, and nourishes skin for a flawless, fresh complexion. That's one in a melon. Cheese. Oh, that's cute. One in a melon, one in a million. All right. So that's all it says. So I got this in the mail a couple of days ago. So I have been trying it for the last 3 days. Yesterday I forgot to look at my skin at the end of the day. So I've been testing it for 2 days technically then. And I have kind of an opinion, but I want to still go throughout the whole day today and show you at the end of the day, because I'm going to try it differently. So normally in the mornings I powder, which I want to try not powdering with this. The only problem is in the mornings I have such little time to get ready to go to work. I don't have time to wait for a foundation to dry. So I'm going to do that. Ooh, I just noticed. So I have the color Swan, and I just noticed it's a sticker. Like, it keeps starting to peel up on the sides. That's weird. I don't know how I like that. But it is a pump. It's already dirty. And it does smell like watermelons. Like, it's a little it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It bugs me and it doesn't bug me. Like, for the first, I'd say 20 minutes of wearing it, I can still smell it. But anyway, so I'm going to do my normal routine. So I'm going to put the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist on my face first. Because even though this is supposed to hydrate your skin and moisturize your skin, I am so dry, I need my extra steps to make sure I'm not that dry during the day. So now that that's set in for a little bit, I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Primerizer. This is just what I always use, so I know how it works with other foundations. And I think that's the biggest factor when you're testing or trying a new foundation you bought. Use the same base that you normally use. That way you know if it's a foundation and not something you just tried underneath. Let's let that dry for a second. So I have tried this both with a sponge and with a brush. When I do the brush, it is this Morphe M439, and I do not like it with a brush. I just think the kind of formula it is, I don't like it. However, I do notice I get fuller coverage faster with the brush, but I have streaks, so I can't stand it. So I'm just going to use my Sonia Kashuk sponge. I did do a review on that, so if you want to see it, it will be linked up here. Alright, let's just go ahead and get into this. I want to mention how many shades. I forgot to look. So I'm on Ulta's website, and it looks like there is 20 shades. That's really not that many, and I feel like because they just did that collab with Jackie Aina, that for the Born This Way foundation, you would assume, at least I would assume that they would keep that kind of shade range for every foundation, but apparently not, because this one does only have 20. This is in the shade Swan, which is the lightest shade. So I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. And then I will tell you, from using this so many times, it does take a while to get to that full coverage. And I don't know why, but in my head, I just think full coverage should be like a swipe and that coverage is there. This doesn't do that. And like I said earlier, it does smell like watermelon, which I'm not opposed to. It's just a little weird for me because I've never tried any of other foundation that has a smell. Well, a fruity smell, I guess I should say. There's the stupid Wet n Wild one that smells like paint. So this is one layer. Like I said, obviously if you're using a brush, you'd get full coverage faster, but I don't like the way the brush applies it, so I do go in and just work it in hard more because I'm using a sponge. But this is one layer, and you can still see my redness coming through. And like I said, for me, if a foundation is claiming to be full coverage, it should be full coverage right away. Now, if it's claiming to be medium to full coverage, or if it says buildable coverage, then I could understand that. But in my head, when you advertise as full coverage, it should just be full coverage right away. Now, I haven't tried like Jouer's full coverage, but I've heard and I've seen so many videos, and that one looks like a one swipe and there's your coverage. That's what I would assume it should be. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to not have the hum of AC in my videos. I could not stand that, but it was also too hot to turn it off. I think the one downside about me moving, how did this turn into a get ready with me? But one downside, well, it's not really a downside, but one downside to me moving here is I'm now really close to Ulta and Sephora and a big mall. So it's a downside for my wallet, honestly. Okay. One thing I do want to mention is I did not exfoliate before this video. I did not moisturize. I didn't really do anything before this video because, one, I normally don't. I should, but I don't. But because this Smashbox is a primer and moisturizer in one, even though it's not going to do as much as a moisturizer would, I am too lazy in the morning. I'm just going to be honest. And so when I want to review foundations, I feel like at least half of you guys are probably as lazy as I am to not want to do your skincare in the morning. So I want to see how a foundation works without doing that, because in the morning that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the bathroom and brush my teeth, and then I'm going to just start doing my makeup. So I wanted, and every time I've been testing this, that's how I do it, because that's how my mornings are. So I do want to point out, I have not exfoliated. I have dry skin, so I did not try to get off the excess or the dead skin or the dry patches, whatever. Oh my gosh, I still have to put more on. This is what I'm saying. Like, I have now pumped this, because every time I do it, I do at least 2 or 3 pumps. I have now done that 3 times. Like, oh, I hate having red skin. I just bought Halo Beauty's Kiwi Seed. They're pills, and it's Tati Westbrook's brand. I'm so excited because in her thing it says it's supposed to help reduce redness. That's what I need. So I'm thinking of doing a video on it, doing like a before and after kind of video. So obviously I wouldn't be able to post it right away, but I just want to see, because if it works, that would be amazing. Like, I have redness everywhere. Like, I'm very olive toned, but I'm very red everywhere too, and it drives me insane. Okay, so I'm giving up. Actually, okay, let's do a couple more pumps, because I feel like when I'm up here, I see so much more than when I sit back there when I do my makeup in the morning, and that is just, I wish you could see it, it's just a string of daylight lights over there. And I don't know why, but I feel like when I sit here, I see so much more. So like I can still see my redness and it's driving me insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the brush, but I'm just going to use it to try to lightly. Nope, that's not working. So I just go really light-handed when I can see that there's just a little redness coming through. Another thing I wanted to mention that I forgot, this foundation does oxidize. I know some people have a hate for that word and saying that oxidizing is not the right way to use the term, but I don't care, that's what it's stuck in my head, so it oxidizes. Basically it gets darker, and I actually think it does get a little bit more red. And I don't know if that's just my paranoia because I have so much redness underneath that I constantly am thinking more redness is coming out. Why is this not covering? Man, I really never noticed this before. I will tell you, it's building nicely. Not looking cakey on these areas from building. So, try to get closer to you. This is the foundation. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I can still see some redness. And right here too. So I say no. It's not full coverage. I do say it's medium to full. I feel like if you sat here and worked on it more, even though I use a crap ton of pumps, I think you could do it. I just think because like it says it's a gel cream formula for this, that's why I can't get it to work with a brush. But I mean, maybe there's a different brush, but anytime I ever do foundation, I use a kabuki brush like this. So I don't, maybe those Artis brushes could do it, but one of those I don't think it looks very good. So you would want to use a sponge, and it's not doing good coverage. And in the video that I reviewed this, you'll see I love this sponge. It works great. So I don't think it's full coverage. I think it's close, and I think it looks pretty, but I don't think it's full coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I have finished my makeup now. It is doing a review / playing with one of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collections in the Dark Magic one. So I don't know if this video is going out first or the Jaclyn Hill one, so if it's already up, I will link it up here. If not, then it's coming. So I ended up putting powder on my face because I waited for probably 15 minutes and it didn't dry down. And so for me, I wouldn't sit here that long. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't sit here that long and wait for a foundation to dry, so I went ahead and powdered it. I was going to wait until the end of the day to show you what the makeup looks like, but if I'm being honest, it is hot outside and I don't want to wear this much makeup all day, so I want to take my makeup off. But also you can already see the effects that the end of the day would have shown you. The end of the day obviously just would have been way worse. So I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get uncomfortable. So this is as far as it's letting me zoom. So hopefully you'll be able to see, you can already see like where I'm dry is getting really cakey and cracky. Like this side's the worst. But like I said, I did not exfoliate. So you can see my redness is still there. Obviously that's bronzer, but down here is not. That's redness. I'm going to zoom you back out and we'll talk some more. Okay, so as you can see, it's already doing what it does by the end of the day. So it's already grabbing my dry patches. It's starting to attach to them, which then makes my face look cakey and crackly. I do notice it rubs off really, really easily. So obviously I've powdered my face, but I will touch and go like this, you know, throughout the day, and I might like go like this and scratch it really lightly. It doesn't matter. My nose is gone. My chin ends up being gone. Right here ends up disappearing. So will I use the foundation again? Yeah, definitely, because I own it. Will I buy it again? Probably not. It's not a bad foundation if you are wearing it for a couple of hours. Granted, I've now had this on for a little over an hour and it's already doing that stuff. So, I mean, and it goes back to if I had exfoliated, if I put moisturizer, if I took care of my skin beforehand, it would last longer. Do I think it would last the full, my work schedule of 9 hours? No. Even if I exfoliated and did all that, no. But it would last longer. So if you were going to something that was just like you were going out for like 5 or so hours, I think it would hold up. I think it would be fine. But going back to what I said earlier, I am lazy. I don't want to have to exfoliate every morning. I don't want to have to, you know, do moisture. I don't have time. I don't want to do it. I don't have time. So for me, realistically, I'm not going to repurchase this because of that, because it's not something that I can just put on and go. And this is supposed to hydrate your skin and all of the moisturize. If it hydrated and moisturized, it should not attach to my dry skin as bad as it does in my head. That's what I'm thinking. Anyways, so that is all I have for this video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.